Yifei as Mulan looks so amazing. I'm blown away. I mean, my excitement level for this film just skyrocketed. I mean, I don't know if that's totally fair. I was excited before, but I was awfully nervous, and I'm still a little nervous, but I'm a lot less nervous seeing this spectacular photo. I think she looks as good as Emma Watson's Belle. I think like Lily James's Cinderella was kind of like an early pass. I don't think it was nearly as interesting as what Emma Watson did with Belle, and hopefully, well, it looks like she might, Liu Yifei does with Mulan. And I have to say, the gauntlet's been thrown down for Naomi Scott as Princess Jasmine. I hope that she, in our first look at her character, her Disney live action Disney princess, looks this good. If we could get a group of live action Disney princesses that cause as much excitement as the Wreck-It Ralph animated ones have been doing, right, all the past couple of days, wouldn't that be something exciting indeed? And well, I don't know, the Disney animated princesses are actually starting to get pretty interesting and complex thanks to Wreck-It Ralph too. But one of the things I loved about Beauty and the Beast was that it was faithful to the original Disney animated movie. This is like a preview of everything we're going to discuss in this video, right? But it added a lot of depth and nuance and sophistication to that story. And so if they would do the same for Mulan, I would be happy indeed. And I'm sure Disney would, because Beauty and the Beast made a heck of a lot of money. Although I think Mulan can make even more. All right, so that's my introduction to this video. Now where I want to start our in-depth discussion is that I said in Movie Math just yesterday that August 2018 is turning into a real watershed moment for Asian representation in Hollywood film. You've got The Meg doing very well at the American box office, the global box office, a co-production. You've got Crazy Rich Asians hitting theaters Wednesday. And then Iko Uwais finally gets a Hollywood starring or large supporting role in Mile 22 on Friday. So I think it's very fitting that Disney's live action Mulan would begin filming this month as well. Oh, I'm so excited. She looks great. Now, speaking of Aladdin, Liu Yifei, who dropped the crystal from her name. She has two names, Liu Yifei, which is the name that she has as an actress in China, right? I believe she also does some singing. But she actually grew up in the United States. She moved here when she was 10 with her mother and went by Crystal Liu. And this is a great find. This is as good a find as Aladdin's Mina Masood, whose family are Egyptian Christians, who then moved to Canada, and he went actually to like a religious, school. So what's so great about these actors is that they're authentic, but they still have a bridge to American audiences. They're going to kill in those press interviews. So I think on paper she's been a great choice, but I wasn't so sure how she'd translate visually. Oh, I'm very happy now, and I'm not going to lie. The first thing I noticed was her hair. Her hair is stunning in this photo. This is some Wonder Woman level hair, quite frankly. I also think her robe looks amazing, and I think it's fascinating that this almost seems like another version of the modern, bomber jacket Mulan that we were introduced to on Friday and that has set the internet afire. Now, there's another interesting choice here, which is maybe perhaps to some people a little bit more controversial, which I think is interesting because it's a more conventional choice. And that at least in this first photo, I think she's coming across as very feminine, right? And there's always been a push and pull with audiences, fans of Mulan, as to whether or not she is a representative of the LGBT community. In fact, even on Once Upon a Time, she was. But as that's never been part of the original story in China, and we have so many other opportunities for representation these days for the LGBT community, like Wonder Woman, right? I'm in the camp that Mulan is not a member of the LGBT community. I'm going to make a whole video later today about how I'm upset about the Jungle Cruise Jack Whitehall situation because I want to support the LGBT community there. But I don't believe in blind support in any area, and I feel that to make this about gender identity, I think would make the story more about Mulan herself, when it's really supposed to be the lengths that she would go to protect her father. Also how it's wrong to think that only men can defend their country, right? And also let's not perpetuate the stereotype that only LGBT women can fight and are tough, right? I mean, straight women need representation too. I gotta put that out there. I'm sorry, it's important, especially as we diversify wonderfully and so many groups get representation. Then, because people are always like, straight people don't need representation, white people don't need representation. Well, if we're going to start looking at for every group, then that becomes a group as well, right? If you want to make it that there's no default group, well, then every group then needs to be protected. And so I personally do not want to see Mulan go down that route. I don't think it's necessary, quite frankly, in today's environment, right? Now, also, there's been so much talk of Disney of changing so much from their animated version because there was a theory that was put out on the internet like a week or so ago saying that it was because of a behind-the-scenes situation involving Jeffrey Katzenberg, rights, etc. I don't think that's the case at all. Here's what I think is going on as to why they're changing so much from the animated movie. Now, in the press release from Disney, they noted the story of the legendary warrior is one of China's most popular folk tales and is still a part of the curriculum in Chinese schools today. I'm sure that the Mouse House does not want to risk offending all those moviegoers because I'm sure that lesson in school does not include a mini dragon, a talking mini dragon, as delightful as Mushu is, right? And in fact, the animated Mulan did not do well in China. So why would Disney step in that twice? Because, I mean, if they teach it in schools, right? And Wolf Warrior 2, a patriotic actioner, if that really did make over $850 million in China alone, well then Mulan could be one of the biggest hits of all time just based on moviegoers in the Middle Kingdom. And if we go see it too in the rest of the world, well then, oh man, it could be a global sensation. Now, of course, Beauty and the Beast was a global sensation, and I'm sure they're hoping that Aladdin is a global sensation. But when it comes to Aladdin and it comes to Mulan, those are two movies that are going to star the correct, casting, and so to have a movie gross over $1 billion as Beauty and the Beast did with Arabic and Asian stars would be something incredible indeed. So I'm very excited about this, and I feel much better seeing this photo. Change what you think you need to, Disney, and I'm very, very eager to see more. So what do you think? Share your thoughts down below. There certainly is a lot that we discussed, and I of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.